Texas Tech just finished up a week of giving back to the community during a week-long set of special events. Coming up, we'll have details on the wrap-up to Service Week.
And as one week of activities ends, another begins. But this time, it's to bring awareness to a group of people right here on campus. Find out more about this week's events and how you can get involved next.
And the Texas Tech football team is in recovery mode after a rough loss to Oklahoma in their Big 12 opener. We'll have the details on this past weekend's game and what's next for the Red Raiders.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Ryan Heller.
And I'm Kristen Soza. The 2019 edition of Service Week officially wrapped up last Friday. Throughout the week, students had several opportunities to take time out of their busy schedule to help those in need.
That's right, Kristen. And one of those events included a chance for students to put their creative skills to work to bring comfort to residents in a local shelter. On Thursday, the Student Activities Board hosted the Fill-A-Pillow, Fill-A-Heart event in the sub across from the main info desk. Starting at 11 a.m., students passing through the entrances near Barnes & Noble could stop by and make a one-of-a-kind pillow to be donated to Women's Protective Services. To create the item, representatives from SABS stuffed each pillow and then handed them over to the students to tie knots around the sides. All the pillows were then given to the WPS following Thursday's event.
The Women's Protective Service is a organization designed to help women right after they're in an abusive relationship or something like that. They offer immediate protection, so if they need a place to stay after something happens, they can go there.
Fill-A-Pillow, Fill-A-Heart was the second to last event held during the Service Week. The annual week of activities finished up with the final day of the Battle of the Halls blood drive on Friday. The winning residence hall with the most donations will be announced sometime this week.
Service Week may have wrapped up last Friday, but another campus group has already started a long set of events to bring attention to an important topic. Student Disability Services hosted the Disability Awareness Week kickoff earlier today outside the sub. The event marked the official start of 2019 edition of Disability Awareness Week, which takes place from now through Friday. During the kickoff, students could take a picture with the Masked Rider and Fearless Champion, grab some free swag, sign the Disability Awareness Week banner, and even have a chance to win some free prizes. Today's event wrapped up at 1 p.m., but it was only the first of several activities taking place during the week. The next event on the Disability Awareness Week schedule is the SDS Open House. From 2 to 4 p.m. tomorrow, members of the campus community are invited to stop by West Hall, room 335, and learn all about the services offered by SDS. Attendees will also have a chance to meet the Student Disability Services staff and grab some free snacks. For more info on tomorrow's event, along with the full list of Disability Awareness Week events, visit the SDS website listed on your screen.
Texas Tech University's Health Sciences Center was recognized recently as one of the 10 best colleges in the nation to work for. According to the Chronicle of Higher Education, the report, which was released earlier this month, was based on a survey of 236 colleges and universities across the United States. 85 of those 236 institutions in the survey were given the Great Colleges to Work For recognition, and TTU HSC was included in that group. The designation was based on HSC's high score in 5 categories: job satisfaction, collaborative governance, teaching environment, facilities, workspace and security, and confidence in senior leadership. The Chronicle of Higher Education's Great Colleges to Work For list is released each year in the fall. If you would like to see the full list of institutions recognized in this year's survey, visit greatcollegesprogram.com.
It was another wet weekend here on the South Plains. Rain totals reached just over 1 inch here on the Tech campus after a couple of thunderstorms moved through on Friday and Sunday night.
That's right, Kristen. But even though the rain has stopped, we haven't seen much in the way of sunshine for the last few days. So, is this all a sign of things to come as we head into the beginning of October? MCTV's Madison Hartin joins us in studio with a look at this week's forecast. Madison.
Thanks, guys. Well, it is funny that you mentioned the rain, and we have been getting a lot of it over the past couple of days. Thank you to everyone on Instagram and Twitter for sending me all those pictures of the rain this weekend. I really appreciate it. I love seeing all your great weather photos. And to everyone who was sending me videos of the rain on Friday night, I know all that thunder, it sounded like World War II outside. And sadly, all that rain has not going to be changing over the next couple days. We're still going to be seeing a lot of wet conditions here. Looking at our MCTV tower cam right now, we can see that it is overcast over Urbanowski Park right now. As the rain from this morning has moved out of the area, we will be experiencing another round of thunderstorms into later tonight, but I'll get to that in a second. Our high for today is a little bit warmer than it has been over the past couple days. High of 84, overcast and windy, and it's a little bit gusty outside. Winds coming from the south at 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then for tonight, as that rain starts to move in, the low temperature is going to drop down to 70, so not too cold. It's still going to be fairly warm, fairly moist outside. Scattered thunderstorms, and that southerly wind will die down a little bit, only being at 10 to 20 miles per hour, but that is still very windy. Looking at the South Plains as a whole, we can see that we're experiencing a moisture front that is coming up from the Gulf Coast right now. And that is what's been causing all that rainy conditions we've been experiencing the past couple days. And right now we have a big one coming towards us from the south right now. Lubbock metropolitan area tonight will probably be experiencing about a 30% chance of rain. And it's not going to get much better for the rest of the South Plains. It's still going to be very rainy. Through Thursday, we can see that Lubbock metropolitan area will be experiencing about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain. And then the most rain we will be seeing is up there about Muleshul and Dimmitt with 2 to 3 inches of rain, so it is going to be very, very flooded right there. And as we say, turn around, don't drown. If the roads look wet, please don't drive on them. I know I say this every time it rains in Lubbock, but people still drive on it, and it's just very, very dangerous conditions. You could hydroplane, your car could even get swept off the road. Just don't risk it. Please, for me, do not risk driving in those conditions. Our cooler temperatures are going to be taking a bit of a change over the next couple of days. As that rain moves in due to latent heat absorption, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a cold snap coming through. And I know everyone's excited for that cool fall weather. I'm personally not a fan of it. I like the warm and I like the sunshine, but I don't really get a choice in the matter. And our warm temperatures are really not going to get very high over the next couple of days. I don't think we're going to break 90 again, at least not this week, with our high temperatures being in about the low to mid 80s. For tomorrow, we can see that our high temperature is going to be 83 degrees, low of 69, southerly wind at 20 to 30 miles per hour, so a little bit gusty again that day, 50% chance of rain. For Wednesday, that is when the big thunderstorm is going to be coming through. 60% chance of rain for Texas Tech campus. High of 84, low of 62, and an east by southeasterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so at least it's not going to be windy. And Thursday is the weather that everyone has been waiting for. Everyone's been looking forward to the fall weather where we all get to break out our comfy sweaters and our little hats and our little scarves. But along with those hats and scarves, you might want to be getting out your umbrella too, because we are going to still be having a 70% chance of rain. High of only 68 degrees, low of 57, and a southeasterly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And right now it's unclear if those cooler temperatures are going to be continuing into the rest of the week as the rain moves out of the area, hopefully moves out of the area. It's a 50-50 chance now if we'll see another round of thunderstorms or it'll clear up. So definitely tune in for MCTV weather on Thursday. I'm Madison Hartin. Back to you.
Thanks, Madison. It's shaping up to be a busy week here on campus, especially with Parents Weekend kicking off on Friday. But between now and then, there's still several options to find an escape from classwork. Here's a look at today's MCTV events calendar. Students in the College of Media and Communication have a chance to take the next steps towards their future during the annual Career and Internship Fair. This year's fair will be taking place tomorrow from noon to 3:30 p.m. in the Sub Red Raider Ballroom. Representatives from various companies will be on hand to talk to attendees about possible employment or internship opportunities. Some of the businesses that plan to be in attendance include Southwest Airlines, KCBD TV, and Griffin Week Advertising. For more information on tomorrow's fair, visit careercenter.ttu.edu.
As we mentioned earlier, Disability Awareness Week kicked off earlier today at the Sub. And later this week, you have a chance to have some fun while learning more about what it's like to live with a disability. The Student Disability Services will be hosting the 2019 edition of Deaf Bingo on Wednesday in the Wallgates Residence Hall lobby. During the event, participants will have a chance to play a traditional game of bingo with one catch. All the letters and numbers will be announced using only sign language. Deaf Bingo is scheduled from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening, and it's free and open to all students.
And on Thursday, head over to a different residence hall to enjoy another fun and free event. RHA Trivia will be taking place in the Chitwood Weymouth lobby from 4 to 5 p.m. on Thursday evening. The event will feature trivia questions based on Tech's Residence Hall Association, and attendees will have the chance to win prizes. RHA Trivia is one of several events taking place during the Say Hey RHA Week, scheduled from now through Friday. For more info on this week's events, visit facebook.com/TTURHA. The Texas Tech football team packed their bags and headed to Norman, Oklahoma on Saturday for their first Big 12 showdown of the season.
That's right, Kristen. And even though the Red Raiders were hoping for an upset, the Oklahoma Sooners sent Tech home with their first conference loss with a score of 55-16. Junior quarterback Jet Duffy took the field for the Red Raiders on Saturday in place of injured starting quarterback Alan Bowman. Unfortunately, Duffy could not find his footing against the Sooners, completing only 11 passes for 120 yards. Tech's entire offense gained 314 total yards, which was less than half of the Sooners' offensive output. Oklahoma not only limited Texas Tech's passing game to 122 yards, but they forced the Red Raiders to gain most of their yardage on the ground. In an unusual stat, the Red Raiders' only touchdown was scored on a rushing play, and 9 of their 16 points came from field goals. Next up, Texas Tech welcomes Oklahoma State to town for their conference home opener. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. at Jones AT&T Stadium. Coverage will be on Fox Sports 1.
Texas Tech football wasn't the only team in action on Saturday. Tech volleyball also looked for an upset over the weekend as they took on the 6th-ranked Longhorns in Austin. The Red Raiders went into Saturday's match with a 7-game winning streak, but unfortunately, Texas brought the streak to an end, winning 3-0. Senior Emily Hill had 11 kills, and sophomore Brooke Canis struck down 10 in the loss. Sophomore Katie Northcutt also had a team-high 8 digs, and freshman Caitlin Dugan registered 3 blocks. Tech volleyball hopes to get back to its winning ways as they take on Kansas State and Manhattan on Wednesday. This week's start time is set for 6:30 p.m. and you can catch all the action on ESPN+.
Tech Athletics finished out a rough weekend of action on Sunday as the women's soccer team welcomed the Oklahoma Sooners to town for their second Big 12 matchup. The Red Raiders and Sooners went scoreless for 57 minutes until junior forward Kirsten Davis scored the first goal of the game. 27 minutes later, Sooner Kaylee Dow took a shot from 25 yards out to tie the game at 1 apiece. Oklahoma's goal would be the last one in the regulation, sending the game into overtime. But after 2 more periods of play, the game ended in a draw. The Red Raiders now sit at 9-1-1 overall and 1-0-1 in conference play. Women's soccer is back on the road this week as they meet up with Iowa State on Thursday at 7 p.m.
So Ryan, did you happen to watch any of the games this weekend?
I did. I watched the football game and it didn't go the way I was expecting. Well, and I also watched the soccer game against Oklahoma State where they won. That was cheery. What about you?
I did catch part of Tech's football game. It was a little bit disappointing, but we always have to support our Raiders.
Of course, no matter what, they're our school.
Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.